Hello friends, welcome to Hybridacademy and to another session of Learn Adobe Photoshop for Beginners. In today's session, we will learn how to manipulate images. That is, how we can edit or how we can manipulate the existing image. So in today's session of manipulating images, we will learn how to repair imperfections, how to remove blemishes from a photo, and how to patch a complete area of an image. So to start the session, let's see how to repair imperfections. Something is defined as imperfect when it has flaws, errors, or problems. Imperfect is the opposite or antonym of perfect. The Liquify tool in Photoshop is a powerful tool for correcting and modifying images. With this tool, we can easily fix problems like distortion or go beyond simple corrections to create completely new effects. The Liquify tool has the options and tools that are useful for body shaping. These are the most useful tools for portrait photographers who use these when a client is self-conscious about a particular facial feature like a large nose or body shape correction, etc. The Liquify tool is easy to use. Just select it from the Filters toolbar, from Filter and Liquify, or use the shortcut key Shift-Ctrl-X in case of Windows, or Shift-Command-X in case of Mac, and start editing. There are various options available so we can customize the effect to get the results as we want. The Liquify tool is a great way to experiment with photos. Now let's see this Liquify option in Adobe Photoshop. So this is a sample picture which I have taken from pexels.com, and I will consider this picture for the reference. Now I'm creating a copy of this in a second layer. So if you see, the background layer also has the same picture and this layer 1 also has the same picture. So that when I make the changes to this picture, so we can easily identify or compare both these pictures, like what all are the changes we have done. Now on layer 1, I'll apply the Liquify filter. So to do that, we can go to the filter menu and we can select Liquify. Once we click on this, a new window pops up and you can see we have multiple tools on the left edge. We have a hand tool. So if the picture is enlarged, we can easily move this picture. We have a zoom tool to zoom this picture or to de-zoom this picture, or we can fit this in view. So these are the options available. So the first tool available here is the forward wrap tool, and using this we can change the shape of this picture as per our own discretion. So for example, if you feel that the neck of this model is too wide, we can use this tool to change the shape of the neck. You can see how I'm doing it. Just remember the fact that the size of your tool should be large enough to handle the complete area. Now suppose if I use a smaller tool, I'm using the opening square brackets to reduce the size, or you can even reduce the size using the size option on the right hand side. So suppose if I use a smaller tool, so this will not actually make the complete edge. This will only make a small spot in the picture, which we don't want. Similarly, after the forward wrap tool, we have another tool available over here known as the blow tool. The shortcut for this is letter B. Now using this tool, we can actually bloat any area or any section of a picture. Now suppose I wish to increase the size of the eyes. So I can use this tool and I can click on the eyes and you can see the difference. It's actually bloating the eyes. So this makes the eyes look a bit bigger as compared to the previous ones. And this can also be done using the same forward wrap tool. I can use a bigger size and I can actually drag it like this to make the eyes bigger. So you can see that with the combination of all these tools, what all we can do. Suppose I wish to make the nose a bit thinner. this is possible. I wish to raise the eyebrows like this is possible. Going forward, we have another tool just opposite to the blow tool known as the pucker tool. Using this, we can reduce the size of any surface. For example, I want to reduce the size of the mouth, I can use this tool. So you can see the mouth is getting smaller. I want to reduce the size of the ears, I can do that. Now after the pucker tool, the next tool which is the most important and is very interesting, introduced recently in Photoshop CC version, is the face tool. Now this tool easily identifies the face in any picture, you can see, and you can, using this tool, you can change the shape and size of the face. See how easily I can do this. Using this, I can make any face as round and I can make any face as vertically longer or widen it up, whatever we want. It also identifies different features of the face. So suppose I wish to increase the size of the nose, I can do that. I wish to increase the size of the eyes, I can do that. You can see how useful this tool is. Now once I'm done with this, let's compare this with the original picture we had. I'm clicking on OK. This will take us back to the original picture, and now let's compare this edited liquefied picture with the original picture. So you can see the complete face of this person got changed. Moving further, let's see how we can remove blemishes from a photo. At times, we have some problem areas in our photos like pimple or a dust spot or a piece of trash. At first, we need to identify the problem area, and based on the type of problem, we decide which solution to use on the same. The spot healing brush is used to remove small blemishes or objects. Blemishes may include acne or dust spots in the sky. Small objects may include trash or power lines. You simply click on the blemishes you want to get rid of or drag with the tool to paint over the large areas you wish to repair. And the spot healing brush works out the rest for you. The difference in tools lies in how the program chooses new pixels to replace the problem area. With the healing brush, you identify the replacement pixels. With spot healing brush, Photoshop uses an algorithm to work the best pixels to use. With both healing brushes, Photoshop blends the new and old pixels. The spot healing brush is default healing tool in Photoshop and can be used to clone areas from an image and blend the pictures from the sampled area seamlessly with the target area. The basic principle is that the texture from the sample area is blended with the color and luminosity surrounding wherever you paint. Let's see this in Photoshop. Now again, to check the spot healing tool and the healing tool, I have taken a sample picture from pexels.com. Now if you see, this model has some pimples on her face, and using this tool we can easily remove these pimples from her face. Let's see how we can do it. So on the left toolbar, there is a tool available with the known as spot healing brush tool. The shortcut for this is letter J, J as in Jack. Now once we click on this tool, we get the tool as a small circle. We can always increase the size of the circle and decrease the size of the circle using the square braces on the keyboard. The starting square braces reduces the size and the closing square braces increases the size. Now based on the size of pimple that this tool covers the complete pimple at one go, we need to adjust the size, and just one click and see the magic, the pimple is gone. Now Photoshop has automatically decided that the nearby pixels around this pimple will cover this area. So once we click on this, it automatically covers this area with the nearest pixel, and accordingly the blemish or the pimple goes away. Now here you can see there is a series of pimples, and clicking on them one by one would actually might not cover the pimple because the surrounding area also has the pimples. So suppose if I use a smaller brush to click on this one, this might pick up pixels from the surrounding and this pixel might not be covered. So to handle such situations, we have the second tool available in the same tool, which is known as the healingbrush tool. Now this tool picks up the pixels from your desired location. So for example, to cover this, I wish to pick up the pixel from this area. So I'll press the Alt key on the keyboard. So you see that the shape of the cursor changes, which shows that this is now in the pickup mode. So we will pick up the pixels from this area. We'll click here once. So it will pick up the pixels from this area to cover this area. But remember that this will automatically adjust the color and the luminosity around this area. So once I click here, see, you can see that it is picking up pixels from the selected area, but still covering up my desired location. See. So as I click on different areas, or I can even drag it like this to cover the area which I want. And you can see all the pimples are gone. So the spot healing brush tool automatically heals the selected area as per the algorithm of Photoshop, whereas the healing tool allows us to select the pixels of our own choice to heal up the area we want. And now you can see that this picture is completely healed up. Now let's compare this healed up picture with the original picture. So I'm hiding this healed up layer, and you can see how the pimples are totally vanished. And also if you try to zoom this up to 100%, you can see that the skin texture is still sustained. It's not that the texture is gone. So if you wish to carry the texture, you can again use the same healing brush tool. You can pick up the texture from one place using the Alt key, and then you can paste the texture, and you see the skin texture is sustained. It's not gone. You never feel like the skin has been painted from top. It's not like that. So you can see how useful this tool is. Now moving further, let's see how we can patch the complete area of an image. Like in the previous spot healing tool or the healing tool, we were healing or patching very small area of the picture. But in case suppose we have large area or a bigger area to be patched or to cover up, how we can do that using the patching option available in Photoshop. The patch tool is a part of the healing brush set of tools. These are the go-to tools for retouching and repairing the image. The patch tool is primarily used to repair large areas of an image or get rid of any distractions or blemishes. The patch tool was introduced into Photoshop at the same time as the healing brush. It is like the healing brush tool in that it matches the texture, lightening and shading of the sample pictures to the source area. However, the patch tool using the selection defined area instead of a brush. What makes the patch tool unique is that each time we use this tool, it will give slightly different result even on the same selection. It is great for retouching larger areas of an image. It is very fast and works quite seamlessly. If we are in destination mode, this can also duplicate or clone an object. Now on the right hand side image, if you look the top image, you can see there are small pieces of garbage lying on the road just above the bird. and near the rope. However, those have been patched or those have been removed using the patch tool in the bottom picture. Let us also learn how we can use the patch tool in Photoshop. So to learn the patch tool, I have again selected a sample picture from pexels.com, and in this picture, if you see, we have some garbage lying in front of this model, and we also have some pigeons sitting on the side of this model which are actually creating some distraction. So if I wish to cover all these pigeons and this garbage in this picture, so we can easily use the patch tool. Let's see how we can do this. So just below the spot healing tool and the healing brush tool, we find the patch tool in Adobe Photoshop. Again, the letter J is the shortcut for this, J as in Jack. We select this tool, and this time we will first cover the area which we want to patch. So suppose if I want to patch these two pigeons, I'll select them. So you can see the selection around them. And now we will drag this to an area from where we wish to patch this area where the pigeons are sitting. So I'll release the mouse over here, and you can see this will automatically cover this area. Now if you look at this, you'll find a different patch sort of thing over here. So I can again select this area, and I can again try patching it from a different location. But this patch is more visible. So this is the good part or the bad part of patch tool, that every time it behaves in a different way. See, so instead of covering two pigeons at a time, let's try to cover one by one. So I will select this pigeon first, and I'll drag it on the same location nearby. So now you cannot make out the patch in this picture. Similarly, I'll pick up this one and I'll patch it from here, then this one from here, and like this. So you can see that all the pigeons are getting replaced with the patch as I am selecting. Now let's also work on this garbage thing. See, now everything which was distracting the picture has been replaced, and now not much of a distraction is there in this picture. Let's compare this with the original picture, so you can easily make out how the distractions are now not visible in this. Now, just similar to this, we can also use this to clone a particular thing. So suppose if I wish to clone this model, I'll create a selection around this. Now this selection can be done using the lasso tool as well. So using the lasso tool, I'm creating a selection around this model, somewhat like this. Now I'll drag this selection to some other place where I want to clone this model. Now this blank area will have the clone of this model. And now I will again select the patch tool and use this as vice versa. So that means I'll patch this area with the model. So I'll take it to the model like this, and I'll release. So now you can see this model is easily cloned to a different location. So this is the second variation of the patch tool, or this is another way how the patch tool can be used to clone an object within the image. So with this, we come to the end of this session. Now let's quickly summarize what we have learned in this. So in the second part of manipulating images, we have learned how to repair the imperfections using the liquify tool. We have learned how to remove blemishes from the photo using the spot healing tool and the healing tool. And we have also learned the patching of the complete area of an image using the patch tool. Going forward in the next session, we will learn some advanced Photoshop techniques under the part 1, and we will learn how to use or how to work with the Photoshop actions. Thank you for joining the complete session. Hope you like the content. Please share and subscribe our channel so that your friends also get benefited with the information, acquire free knowledge and learn new things. We are eagerly looking forward to your support. Thanks, take care and stay safe. Hope to see you in the next session.